All right, let's see. This is tree location. Okay, see the location of the tree? It's on the house. There was a storm that came through. Let's see what you're seeing is one half of the tree. So like I was saying, this is like half of the tree. This side, this tree here is one part of a V. There's another part of the tree. It's a V. It's just as big as this part. And there was a storm that came through, and one side of the V started wobbling like this, and the other side started wobbling like this, and then this side fell, smash, and it went through the deck and went through the fence, and then they came outside and they're like, oh my goodness. And by the time they got a tree service out there, this had already fallen on the house, already fallen. Luckily, these were not a sleeping area. This is a large den that they had. So, you know, at least it didn't damage the room. So this, in this type of situation, it's going to cost more to remove the tree now that it's down than what it would have if it was still standing and we cut it down. So I'm going to tell you right now, though, I'm really glad. It's a really hard way to say this. I would not wish this tree falling on anyone's house. I wouldn't. However, for the safety of our guys, it was better for this tree to have already fallen than for one of our climbers to have got up there and cut the tree down to climb it, because they probably would have been tempted to climb it, but they probably would have fell. Honestly, it probably would have fell with them in it. The base of the tree was so rotted that storm weather knocked it down. Granted, it was like 30-mile-per-hour winds, you know, 30, 60-mile-per-hour winds, but I don't know. I just would have been I'd be very concerned that they would have fell. I would have been very concerned that we wouldn't have been able to see the damage that the tree was in, and we would have considered climbing it. This is definitely a cause for concern when we saw the tree, because of how much decay was at the bottom. There was so much of the tree we were not able to see because of the deck. They were heavily watering their grass, which most people in suburbia do. They water their grass, and that water was collecting underneath their deck, and it was drowning their tree. It was causing a bunch of mold and decay, and like it was just growing, and it was eating away at the base of their tree. So, you know, some of the things that made were cause for concern was the fact that it had been all summer and the tree was losing leaves. All of its leaves were brown, and it was the middle of summer. If you have a tree like that where it's losing leaves and it's the middle of summer, please tell the tree service that it's been losing leaves like that, so that they know that this is a very, very dangerous tree and they shouldn't climb it, especially if they can't see the base. Okay. So location, very big thing, very big thing. All right.